As I am recording this, it is about 10:50 on Saturday morning, March the 23rd, 2019. And right now I'm standing outside of the Suwannee Canoe Outpost. And today I'm going to be canoeing about 4 miles down the Suwannee River. To get to this outpost, I actually had to drive through the music festival camping area for the Suwannee Music Festival, which turned out to be a much bigger deal than I thought. Man, it just kept going and going and going. The way it works is you go and pick out your canoe or your kayak and whatever, and they strap it onto this here. This one is mine right here, back there. And then you get in the van, they drive you 4 miles up the river, and you canoe back to where I'm standing now. So let's get on in there. Well, hello everyone.
Good morning.
And we're joined by Danielle. She's going to be paddling the river as well. So the beard's coming back.
Yes.
I
Starting to look more like Ashley.
Feel a little more confident with the chin beard. We're to our spot, the 4 mile spot. Danielle, you got one of the yellow ones?
Yes. I like to sit in.
And this is the one I chose. It's the kind that you just sit basically on the top of. You don't have your legs going down into a pocket there. It's a little fruity colored, but I think that's going to be all right. Whoa. Okay, getting my bearings.
Got it.
I'm on the water. I'm on the sweet tea water. Looks like sweet tea.
Oh, so it's not swamp water today.
Yeah. Sweet tea water. All right, Danielle is pushing away from the bank now too. And the current is already pulling us. Well, not into each, well, I guess kind of into each other. But, oh man. The current, I mean, you don't even have to row. The current is just, look at that. Here's how fast we're already going. We're already going at a walking pace, and all I'm doing is just kind of steering the boat with the oar right now. Yeah, look at the bank here. We've got pitted rock. Is that limestone? Yeah. It's limestone that's been pitted by the water erosion. And that's fine. And I'm going sideways, and Danielle's pushed me back straight. Okay, now we're going to get a really good view of the pitted bank side. I'm going to push off so I don't scrape the side of my kayak against it, but there we go. Very cool looking. Wow. And it's flourishing too, even with its roots stuck in the bank side and down into the limestone, hanging on to the side there. It's not short on water, that's for certain though. It's got plenty of water. Might not have enough soil, but it's got plenty of water. See the water coming up from the bottom of the river there? There's another one of those springs. When we were doing the Suwannee River Trail and we saw those people fishing right next to that spring.
It's going to push you right on back out in the middle.
Yeah, the current's pushing us out into the middle. With as much guff as I give Florida for being so densely populated and miserably hot all the time, I will admit, Florida can be very beautiful. It really can.
Northern Florida.
Northern Florida. What are you saying? Down further south Florida, it gets bad again?
South is the perfect description of what you just said.
Oh, right. That's true. That's true. And there is that cypress tree. Yeah. Able to survive with its roots quite literally down in the water. Water trees. Very cool. This one doesn't have any cypress knees sticking up. But cypress knees are very illegal to harvest. For some reason, people like to cut the cypress knees off and then set them out in living rooms and stuff as decoration. And it has become illegal to do that because I think it kills the whole tree when you do that. I just ran my kayak up inside this. There's the bank right there above us. Yeah, and then there's this cave. It only goes like, 4 or 5 feet in. But you could get out of the rain here if you wanted to do that. Of course, the water would be rushing right here too.
It's a kayak garage.
It's a kayak garage. That's what that is. See, now this point right here with the current flowing around it and these tree roots and everything, if I was one of those artistic vlogs that plays the sad music over this kind of stuff and like has stuff in slow motion and zooms in on reflections, if I was that kind of vlog, boy, this would be something I could really spend some time getting some good shots of. But this ain't that kind of vlog. This is a raw travel vlog with narrations. Yes, some people like it that way. I don't know, you guys. Tell me, you know the kinds of vlogs I'm talking about, the ones that do the cinematic sequences where they have them running down the beach in slow motion, they throw in some wide angle shots, get some lights reflecting in a puddle on the concrete, that kind of thing. Would you want me to do that? I could do it. I could do it. I've got the artistic talent to do it. I just don't. Okay, what we're seeing right here is the ruins of a natural springs spa. Well, it's a sulfur. Is that right? A sulfur springs?
Yeah, Suwannee Springs.
It's a Suwannee Springs sulfur springs, and so you could probably smell the sulfur if you got close enough. Yeah, the rich people would take trips back when there was still like horse and buggies and Model Ts and stuff, right? They would take trips out here to go submerge themselves in this sulfur springs because they believed it had healing properties. And now this is all that's left, the foundation. Am I getting that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, look at that. There's a little tunnel. Hey, let's go over to that tunnel. I'm going over to that tunnel right there. All right, I'm at the tunnel, and look at this. Scraping on both sides. And I'm going to... I'm through! I'm through! Yay! Look at that. I'm inside of the sulfur springs on a kayak.
That was great.
Oh, hello. Your boat looks gay.
You look gay.
I am gay. I am gay. Yeah. That was supposed to be a compliment. Can I have your kayak?
Assuming genders from 2019 mold.
All right, swinging around here to this red-haired girl that's harassing me from the bank. And
It's about the cannonball.
Jump right down, right now.
oh, hold on, let me get a video of that.
Flip, back, flip, back.
Do it.
I'm not gonna die for you. I don't think so.
Okay, this is a bad idea.
You know, if she breaks her head open, we can't tell because her hair is already.
Jack!
Woo!
You're dead.
Okay. Well, the sulfur water did not turn her hair back to a normal color.
Well, she could just flip you.
Yeah, I can just leave.
Wow. Okay, the smell The smell that I'm smelling right now is
So good.
it's very boiled egg right now.
Yeah, rotten egg.
Okay, the last time this spring was operational, that there was a something on top of here. There was a building on top of this?
Teacher! Teacher!
Okay. So this guy up here on the bank is the only one actually informed. All right, there was a building up here on the bank, and then this was a big bathhouse with the sulfur springs underneath it. And the last time it was operational was 1925. And it burned down, and they never bothered to build it back because I guess somebody figured out that these sulfur waters didn't have that much of a healing property.
Oh, God.
Was it the railroad?
Oh, no. Jack, what are you doing?
Okay, so what was that, like, was that when the logging industry dried up?
I guess the robber barons, I don't know.
He's trying to ask you a question.
Well, we got somebody with that. He's actually got his hand in the air.
So
What is it?
there used to be a bathhouse up here.
Uh-huh.
Did it used to smell like sulfur? Or
Yeah, probably because this is the Sulphur Springs.
okay, so it just smelled bad all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
Cool.
That was supposed to be good for you, though.
No, I think it's a Jack here.
Yeah, go to the bathroom smelling sulfur.
Yeah. Smells like boiled eggs. Rotten eggs. All right. Goodbye to the Sulphur Springs. Gonna finish out the trip. He's being polite enough to slow down and not give us a week to have to deal with. That's nice of him. Very courteous jet skiers out here on this river. I like that. Here's another sight to see as we're going down the river. This treehouse right here was built by the guys from the Treehouse Masters TV show. And you can pay $1,000 to stay in there overnight if you want. It's very expensive, especially during the middle of the music festival like we are right now. I think the music festival going on right now is called the Suwannee Spring Revival. And so I can hear voices. Somebody actually paid the probably $1,000 plus to stay in that treehouse. All right, we are finally back at the boat ramp. I just slid up on the bank, and now Danielle's coming in. And here we come.
Oh, that close to it, yeah.
And is that far enough? Well, after all that kayaking, we've built up quite an appetite, so we decided to stop over here at the neighborhood Moe's. If you guys like this, please don't forget to go ahead and hit that thumbs up like button. And all that kayaking we did today was only $25 per person, so I would encourage you to go out and have your own adventure. It's not as expensive as you might think. Leave something in the comment section that I can reply to, subscribe if you haven't already, and bing that bell icon to become part of the notification squad. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.